And he was just saying that, whatever you're comfortable with, he goes, I'll shake your hand, I'll hug you, I'm good. But if you don't want to, I'm fine with that too. He goes, but I was at Costco the other day. He goes, I was just picking up my Monday Costco stuff, and this lady next to me looked in my cart and noticed I didn't have any water. She goes, you're not buying water? And he looked at the cart and she had like eight things of water in there. And he looked around. Everybody had all this water. And he said, am I missing something? Why is everybody buying water? It's like, what, the tap water is all of a sudden going to be contagious with the coronavirus?
And what about just buy Brita? Like, I don't understand what the water thing is.
I don't understand the water. And the toilet paper. What's with the toilet paper? Why toilet paper? I don't even. Because they're not going to be able to go outside, so.
Half the country's not going to be able to
wipe their butts.
Half the country won't be able to wipe their butts because so many other people just hoarded it.
Right. I know people that couldn't wipe their butts. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean,
they won't be going to work.
Proportion. So,
other things that
Dr. A put out a really good thing. I think everyone as health and wellness coaches should post it on their page.
I did.
People to read it. Because there's nothing that's going to combat the coronavirus better than being in an optimal health. And where if a strain came to you, it's not even going to affect you because you're so healthy, it's just going to come and go. You won't even get sick. How many of you have not gotten sick really almost ever since you've been on program? Because 2.5 years, I have never really been sick, to be honest. I've not gotten a cold. I've not been sick. I mean, I've had days where I didn't feel good, and it was probably because I ate crappy food. Decided I rationalize it, that I deserve it, which is what you guys all, if you saw on my page, that's what I get month, is rationalizing poor health choices because I've done great and I deserve it. I can eat this now. And it's just, it's not okay. And so I really need to focus on my health. I just went and did my in-body scan. How many people did their in-body scan? Anybody do it? Mary?
We did.
I got to post mine.
Okay, I did not want to post it. I was putting it off. I just did it today because I didn't want to post it because I was not happy. I knew where I was, and it's not where I should be as a health coach, as somebody that's been doing this a long time. But hey, life is real, and the struggle is real, and things happen, and we fall into those bad habits. Again, it's easy to do. And I don't care how dedicated you are, how much you read, all this stuff, it's easy to do. It can happen to all of us. And so I've watched the last couple of days, I've been watching the calls, Dr. A's call, the call they had with the training. Everybody was talking about how they rededicated to their health and they're getting back into the life, they're getting into the life book, and that's making the difference, and it's making a huge difference. And I need to commit to that too, getting into my life book, to reading it every day, because I've watched some of these top leaders take back their health. Look at Carol Hips. You guys don't know who Carol Hips is. Carol Hips is one of the top leaders in our company. She looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. Doug Wood just rededicated to his health, and he's already in great shape. So I need to dial mine in for sure. So it was very humbling to post that, and I can't wait to see the results in 6 weeks, because I think posting it actually put me over the top again. Like, oh my God, now I really have to do something because it's out there in writing. If I don't make an improvement here, shame on me. And so I really need to do it because let's be honest, if you want to build this business, it all starts with our own personal health. That's where it all begins and ends. Because if you're not healthy, if you're not on track, if you're not in fat burn, your business just will not be in fat burn, because it's hard to portray something you're not living yourself. It's hard to give advice to do something if you're not doing it yourself and do it with conviction. I mean, I can tell them, but if I'm not living it myself, it falls on deaf ears, I think, because there's just something in my demeanor, something in my energy. It's not the same as when I was in full fat burn, 150 pounds, just on fire. And I need to get back to that. So anyways, we wanted to come on today, be really interactive. Hopefully you guys are all participating in March Madness. I'm assuming if you're on here, you're more than likely participating because you're taking this business serious. And if you want to excel in this business, then you need to follow the leaders. That's what you do. And the leaders are all on there. So we started basically on Thursday with some action steps, which is what I was talking about. go into GNC, get your full body scan, post your results in the group. It's really important to not get calls, but to be interactive in our group. So be interactive in the March Madness group. If you're not a part of it, join it next. And then, we're going to post your results on the page. You want to write out on a piece of paper what your goals are. And there were some goals in there. You can post the goals in there too, if you'd like. And then also, you were supposed to give up something for the month and post that on your social media page. So hopefully you guys have all decided what you're giving up. And we're going to go around and talk about it so everybody can talk about it. And then hopefully you watched the Wisdom Piece. If you haven't seen that, it's really powerful. It just shows how as individuals we will struggle, but as a team we can really excel and create amazing things. Then on Friday, we had our first day with Jamil come on, and then Dave Blanchard, who talked about baby steps, baby goals, just start slow, and started with gratitude. He also put in some more personal development, Les Brown. As you guys can see, what's going on right now is the starting of the mindset. This is all about mindset, and that's where they're going. That's what Karen talked about, the cookie thief, her little story. Today, Jamil talked about the Golden Buddha, and all powerful stories that really relate to what we're doing. So kind of want to go around, like I said in the group, and do takeaways of what you've gotten out of March Madness so far, how you're doing the action steps. There's been a lot of action steps, but that's the action steps for Monday, Tuesday. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, so I'm sure some of you are probably feeling overwhelmed and going, "Oh my God, I didn't get to any of this today." And he's got personal development videos pretty much on every day, and lists of things to do. So I want to go around and just talk about how your experience has been so far, any takeaways that you've had, what stuck out to you the most, and how you're doing on the action steps, and if there's any questions you have on the action steps. So I'm just going to start the way my screen is, and I'm going to start with Wendy because she's in the top left corner.
There we go. So what is it you want me to tuck on? What's
Takeaways.
Takeaways.
What you've gotten from March Madness, and then how you're doing on the action steps.
Right.
Questions on any of the action steps that he's posted so far that we're supposed to be doing, like I didn't get this part, or what did he mean by this, and how those action steps, if you've done them, how that's impacted you so far.
Well, like I said when you had me talk last week, that it's overwhelming, those action steps, especially working full time and trying to do Dr. A's call and try to get everything in. So haven't done everything, but I've done like the 5 texts, because I can do that at lunch, the video text to people. So I've done that. I gave up cookies, cakes, and candy. And then it's like one more thing. And so it took me a while to really what's holding me back. Like he said, I really wanted to find something that would be impactful or meaningful. So I think I kind of try to, because it's cookies, cakes, and candy, which I love my sugars, my sweets. I I can have ice cream, or I could have cookie dough because it's not cooked, so I was I'm like, not anything. I'm making a decision. I'm better so that I can really, do it right. So doing that.
And did you give up a second thing?
Well, I'm like all sweet. So no ice cream, no, yeah. I'm not cheating the system.
Did you do a live on it?
I haven't yet.
Okay. It's all right. Okay.
But I will.
Yeah. I know you did it last time. I remember you did it last time.
Yeah, I will. It's just been busy. So obviously the speakers are really good. Been enjoying that because I listen on my way into work. I appreciate that they're finishing at 7, because a lot of times they would go till 7:15, 7:20. So I do appreciate that they're ending on time.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, if you do have to go, I know like Joy couldn't be on tonight. She's got something going on tonight. I know she has to take her kids to school at 6:30. So she watches the first half hour live. And if you can be on it at all live, that's the best way to do it. But I know some people work, especially on the East Coast, it's already 9 o'clock when it comes on. So you can always catch the rest of it on playback too. If something comes up, because it's live in the group, and then he's been posting the recordings of it too.
But I'm not super great about being interactive in the site. Just, you know, timing and trying to make my client calls and do everything. It's like that gets down. I feel like I need to prioritize what has to get done in an evening. So on top of everything else. So.
And sometimes it just takes being intentional with that and saying, okay, at these 15 minutes, I'm going to go into the group and I'm going to at least post something today, you know, or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I'm going to take 5 minutes out of my day and make sure I go into the group, check something out. What was the latest post, and just post a comment in there, or like a few comments. Just be engaged in the group and paying attention to what's going on in the group. So great job, Wendy. I know it's tough working full time. So awesome. And I know you always do it on the way to work. So that's great. So next up, who's next to me on the other side of me is Miss Jeanette Palmer.
Well, Mr. Donald.
Good evening to you.
You're my good evening to you, sir. You're on the far left corner to me. First of all,
everybody's screens are different. It's always different.
Yeah. I did my body scan today. I knew I was up because I haven't been working out and being great with my health since probably December. Not crazy. I think I went up, I guess I stay around 118, 119. And then January 1st, looks like I went into the gym like everybody else. I was 122, and today is 123.7. So I'm starting to creep up. So I'm so happy this came up. Mine was, I gave up the excuse of I don't have time to go to the gym, that I have to be working. I mean, you should see my desk. Hold, please. All my orders I'm entering and Optavia. So Wendy, I know what you're talking about. The full-time people here know what you're talking about. It's a lot, but I think I'm also learning how to structure everything to get everything done so that there's a time I can rest, because we could roll from one thing into the other, like back and forth. It's just a lot. So I think if you structure it, it's going to help. But what I gave up was saying, I didn't have time for the gym. So Joy said, put it in your calendar. So it is in my calendar every day now at 9. So for Deb and I, hey Deb, gorgeous tonight, 7 to 8, we listen. 8 to 8:30, I'm going to walk and feed my dogs. 8:30, I'm getting in the car to go to the gym, doing that, and then coming home and doing work till 6, and then back to Optavia. And before that, before 7 is Optavia. So any like texts I have to send out and all that. And then if I get calls from coaches or clients, I just sprinkle those in. Those aren't calendared. I don't do that yet. Like I can't give all Thursday 2 calls because of my day job. So it's kind of sprinkled out. But March Madness, it got me fired up again, because I kind of stopped messaging 10 people a day, or 3 if we're starting with 3. That kind of wasn't happening. I wanted to know, she was talking about being parts of groups to add friends. She was talking about that. I just want to take it another step further, and I've mentioned this before. Not just a group on Facebook, but a group on Facebook that you're actually active with in person. So when you post stuff, they know you. So and she talked about the dogs or pets or whatever your thing is. So you guys all know I do the Hobo Care Boxer Rescue. I'm in there, I'm volunteering, people are getting to know me, and little by little, they all know what I do, but little by little, hoping, they join the program. So I think those groups, that's the easiest way for the newer coaches to add people, is what do you love? What are you passionate about? What are your habits? Not habits. Not habits. What are your just hobbies that you love? join those groups. At least start with that. Great place to add more people. I'm glad you pointed this out. I had it in my book to look at all day, my backpack, but it's going to have to be first thing in the morning or last thing at night. So, Wendy, understand it's a long list to get through, but it's for our own good. And I found out today Jamil is having me speak at the event. I'm going to be part of a panel. Who's all going? Who's all going?
Rise Up?
Rise Up.
Jeanette,
Awesome. Congratulations.
So
That's really
exciting.
cool.
So Sabrina is going to be the narrate, or she'll be running it.
Moderator, yeah.
And then there's 5 of us speaking, and I'm number 2 out of 5. I'm like, what? So I don't even know what we're talking about yet, but it just put a different fire in me, because it was and we're all eventually going towards this. It's oh, I guess I am leading, or a leader, or, we just don't think of what we're really doing here. And it's the fact that I get to talk means they must think something about me, right? So I'm like, that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So lit a different fire up besides March Madness. And that happened. I'm like, oh, so that body scan got done today. I was back to the gym today. The gym got programmed out. I got to get in fat burn before that. All these things kind of happen. So I think it's fun to get something that fires you up about this.
Awesome. Great job. All right. Let's move over to Carolyn. You're next on my screen.
Okay, you're next to me right here. Well, I'm loving March Madness, getting up, getting going with it. Everybody's very inspiring, right? And I did get my InBody scan. If you don't have a GNC, there's a NutriShop. That's another place you can get it done. And that was good too, because I met the girl who was at the shop and told her a little bit about what I was doing. So that was good. But I did the scan. I need to put it all on. That's my big thing. Got to put it on Facebook, because I just got it done yesterday. Giving up, staying up too late. I am a night owl. And so when we have to get up early to be available at 6 and ready to go, so waking up about 5:30. So I'm getting ready for bed earlier and getting in bed, because I was staying up till, I could stay up till 1, 2. I love it, and I could sleep till 7, and that'd be a great thing. But so that's what I'm doing, that one. And I guess I really didn't think of doing a second one, but I don't know. We kind of got a little messy with eating out a little bit more, having a little bit of fries and all that kind of stuff. So we're really just sticking the course. When I say we, my husband, he's getting up and doing the calls with me and stuff like that. So it's been a good group effort in the morning. This morning was really good. I loved hearing, I guess, just a little bit more about how, she who was talking today? What's her name?
Annika Relaford. Yeah.
Okay. I liked when she said the words I never thought, or did you ever think, the shifts, the struggles, or I remember when I was struggling like this, or when you're telling a story, some of the lead-ins, you probably didn't know this about me. That's part of Facebook. I like to post things, but a lot of people put a lot of nice words and all this stuff. It takes me a long time to come up with words, I think, but I need to just do it quicker and then add on, I think. So.
And Annika's a great coach to follow. Her name's Annika. Obviously everything she does is public. She's a great coach to follow. She puts a lot of thought into her content. A lot of her stuff is pretty serious. She's very driven and very, intense. You can take stuff from her, copy it, paste it in your page, and then kind of mold it around to your own little thing. That's, perfectly acceptable. Everything coaches put content, you want to make your own, of course, but it's fine to model it after what they do and use their ideas. Priscilla Allen is another one. I'm sure she'll be on here at some point during the training. And she's another great coach to follow. She's the queen of social media. She's awesome.
Okay.
She has great content too. So yeah, awesome. All right.
I did like that about today, where they did suggest to do that as far as like your story, you know, they say, go look, you don't want to copy it, but they take you to the Facebook page with various people, and, you know, you can read their stories and do some.
If you look at like Jamil, when he posts before and afters, that's what he does. He doesn't story. He'll just take a part out of their story and post it and personalize it. Hey, I'm so proud of my friend so-and-so, because even though we don't know them, these are, you know, I'll say my sister in health or my brother in health, because these are all our Optavia sisters and brothers. And I'll use that and say, so proud of my brother in health, Ron, for doing this and accomplishing this goal. And yeah, put it into your own words. So
one other thing, just, you know, I was talking to some of my clients and I told them about the InBody scan. This is really attainable, and it's good for your clients to do it. So I just, you know, passed on where I went, and some of my clients are going to go check it out, because my weight is I'm pretty much where I am, but was good to see is the difference between your lean muscle mass and your body fat. So that was good. Great. Yep. Thank you.
And it will really help you to see your progress.
Yes.
Forward and implement exercise into your daily routine, and you can see the muscles start to change. And it's weird because I walked so much, but actually my upper body is stronger than my lower body. Be over 100, and my upper body's all over 100, but my lower body was actually under 100. So it was interesting to see. And yeah, NutriShop does it for free. So I didn't see any GNCs that did it. I called a couple and they didn't do it. So I had to go to a NutriShop, and yeah, they'll do it for free. So there's no cost to it if it's your first time there.
Who does it? Carolyn, that's a great idea to send our clients to.
NutriShop. And I think right here, NutriShop.
Okay, is that a national?
Yeah, I think so.
And you can send your clients to my Cairo. He'll do them for free for them.
Okay, Debbie, not all my clients live near you.
Well, your clients live in Colorado.
I think NutriShop is national, yes. I think they're everywhere. I had like 8 of them within about 15 or 20 miles of me, so.
And they it just depends. I think they're franchise. So their deal at our place was $10. You can buy $10 worth of product, and then you got it. So we got some extra bars or something, you know, if you needed more protein powder or something. I think because it is anyway, it just depends on which one, but still $10 is nothing when you're doing body test. So thank you.
Awesome.
It's been good. I love March Madness.
All right, awesome. Let's move over to Mary. Miss Mary.
Hi.
Right, by the way.
Yeah, here's this. I love it. I had to drive a little bit because the one I went to they were out of these forms. I went, really? Okay, get some, because I'm going to send all my clients to you. Okay, you know how when you go to church or a service of any kind and you listen, and whoever's talking, you swear he's talking straight to you, right? Everything he says is about you. Well, that's what I'm experiencing with Jamil. All the glitches and the snags that he's talking about, and I can't do this, and I'm just going, how did he get into my head? And he knows all these things that I'm thinking. So I posted what I was giving up. And what I decided to give up was my false belief that I can't inspire someone every day. Because I get stuck in that, and I go, I don't know, do they really want to hear me? Am I going to be judged as everything Jamil said as a salesperson, you know, all those things. And it's something that I really have to come to terms with, because as I'm going through this, the white part, I'm able to do most everything, but the white part is all the interactions of calling people, talking to people. And it's interesting to see the pattern that those are the things that I have most trouble with. So I keep thinking that he said this is going to be hard, and do the hard, and I'm committed to doing the hard. Absolutely. The other thing that I am making sure I'm doing is I'm taking a break, because I sat down with about 10 different lists of names that I put together in the last 4 years, and I needed the list, the health and the heart. And it took me hours today because I'm cross, but I did it, and I had to make sure that I took a break. Otherwise, I don't. And that doesn't serve me, so that's what's going on. I'm getting my list together, and I took a break.
Awesome.
Sat
And
down
you're
I am
chipping away at the clay.
chipping away at the clay.
I
Yeah,
love that. I
yeah.
posted that on my page today too about the Golden Buddha, because basically the moral of that story is we're all golden at the core. And we
Well, that, I
For
posted
our-
that.
yeah,
I
our
said that-
essence.
Right. I said that while he was saying it, I could feel the golden glow. I could feel the warmth inside. But I have these things that he was bringing up that I realize I am adding straw to the clay. And when you
Yeah.
add straw to the clay, it becomes bricks. And when you build your house out of bricks, it's really hard to break out of. So one step at
Yes,
a time.
and it's funny because it starts when we're babies. When we're born as a baby, we're like this golden child, with shining bright and all this. And then very quickly stuff starts to tarnish that glow. And I remember someone talking one time about a child when they go to the bathroom, when they poop their pants, and we change them. And as parents, if we never had any reaction to it, they never do it. Because have you ever seen a child that as they get older and they poop, they maybe go over in a corner, or they're like ashamed that they did it? Well, where did they get that from? That's because when we change their diapers, we go, ooh, stinky, or we go, oh, geez. And we have this bad reaction to their dirty diaper. And so they start to realize that this isn't a good thing. And they get ashamed of that. And that puts a little bit of clay on them. And so they're over in the corner pooping now because we've given that voice to their head, right? And it's just little things like that throughout our lives that add more clay, more clay, more clay. And we become ashamed or afraid or fearful of certain behaviors because of what somebody's going to think. And so it's chipping that away of all those years. For some of us, I was 51 when I got introduced out to VS. I got a lot of clay, a lot of stuff that's built up over those years. And it takes a little more effort to chip it away. But it starts that early in diapers before we can even speak or think really, or, that just gets put into us. So awesome. All right, Alma, you're next.
Hi.
Hi.
So, what I gave up, it was coffee, but that was for Lent. And then also what I did, it was bread, because I really tempted. Even though I don't eat it too much, but I do get tempted at work a lot. I already did my list of people that I need to reach out, my heart list, somewhere over here. Send it to Joy. And I also send her the video of my story, because I have to say my story, I guess, and send her a video. I did that. I had a few conversations yesterday. I had free time yesterday, so I did that. And I'm just behind, I guess, with the videos. I guess I wasn't aware of it. I think I missed that post, and I haven't done anything with it. And my InBody scan, I haven't done it yet, but probably tonight, because I was just checking out the time and they close at 8. So probably I'll go right after this. Just get it done. I do want to get tone. I want to get tone, and I don't want to give up my walk-ins because I've been doing it at least 5 times a week.
Great.
So pretty much that's where I am.
Awesome. Good work. All right, it is 6:30, so if anybody needs to hop off, they can. But I want to get to everybody. I want everybody to have an opportunity to share. So it's totally up to you guys. And it is being recorded, so we'll put it back in. Lisa, you're up next.
Okay, I'm off mute. Can you guys hear
Yes.
me?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so I'm Lisa Brooks, and I'm new to the group. Monique is my coach, and I'm not giving up anything because I'm still in program trying to lose. So there's really nothing to give up. So
Well, I mean, the whole point of it is if you listen to it, it's giving up anything that's not serving us.
well, and then I'm thinking about something that's not serving me. So I do listen to a book when I walk in the morning. And so I'm not in a book right now. So I'm going to switch over to the Optavia something, like this whole thing that Jamil did for the March Madness. Maybe it'll be one of the professional developments or listening to a recorded one of these. I did do my body scan last Friday. I have not posted it. Let's see. I've been enjoying Les Brown. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Wayne Dyer. I've been adding more people to my Facebook that are just people that come up like, you may know this person. So I've been, I kind of know them. And I'm a member of a walking group, BGR, and some women walk, some women run, and I walk. So I know some of them. So the ones I kind of feel like I have an affinity with, I've added them. And then I'm also a member of a couple of other organizations. So I'm starting to slowly add them in as well. And I'm working on my Facebook strategy to start posting. And I really enjoyed Annika last night. That was really good. And no, that was this morning. Sam was last night.
Yes.
And I'm full-time working as well, like everybody else. So it's been kind of a juggle. So I'm in progress.
Awesome. So good. That's great. It's amazing that you're disengaged this early on. It's just really going to set a strong foundation. And the most important thing with this, Lisa, is you're working full time. You got all this going on. Don't get overwhelmed. Just do the best you can. That's all anybody can ask. Give it your best effort. And the only thing to do with this is just not stop. Just keep trying. Just keep going. Just be the ones that you can. Do all that you can. And be the best that you can, and that's all anybody can ask. The whole point of this is to help us grow and develop and get out of our comfort zones. And you're listening to Wayne Dyer and Les Brown, and Jim Rohn is another great one to listen to. And so lots of great content out there. I put something on Facebook the other day about whatever you're pouring into yourself is what's going to pour out on the other people. The more positive stuff you pour into yourself, that's what's going to pour out onto the people that you interact with. So awesome job.
Thank you.
Did you say Jim Rohn? I don't know that one. Jim
Rohn. You've never listened to Jim Rohn?
No, R-O-N-E?
R-O-H-N. He's awesome.
Never heard of him. Thank you.
So I'm going to send you something, Jeanette. It's called The Magic of Part-Time. It's an hour and 2 minutes, I think. It will be the best
part-time
hour and 2 minutes that you've ever spent in your life. It is amazing.
Okay.
It's really good. You'll like him.
And why only to Jeanette and not to everybody else?
Not the group.
I'll put it in the group. I'll put it in the group. I'll put it.
I
put it in there before. I'll put it in there again. Put it in
Alma,
there.
good point.
I'll put it in there right now.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving over to Sharon.
Hello. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I've been really engaged in March Madness. I'm very, very excited about it. Actually in the March Madness Facebook page, Jamil posted a March Madness inspirational video from like way back, and Joy was featured in it and a couple of other speakers. And I honestly was listening to it on my way home this evening, and I was in tears because one of the women who I would love to reach out to really spoke to me, and she talked about her journey and losing her mom, which I think the video is a little old, but I lost my dad last year. So the video really spoke to me, and it helped me put my why in perspective. And what I initially thought was my why was not my why. So this, I don't know her name, but she really helped me understand what my why is now. So I've been challenging myself with the daily challenges, and I've reached out to people in a way, especially after listening to that inspirational video, reaching out to people in a way that I'm like, whoa, I'm surprised. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I got what they need, in the sense that I know what this program has done for me. I know what this program is doing for a few of the people that I'm coaching. No one is upset. Everyone is extremely happy. It's life-changing. It's been life-changing for me. It's led me down a road that I didn't expect to be on. I wanted to lose weight. Coaching was not on my radar at all. So I've been reaching out to people in a way that I've just okay, well, look, you can benefit from this program. I know you can. I know your struggle. I know your health struggles. I know your financial struggles. You can benefit from this program. Whether or not you understand that now or not is okay. But I'm going to keep reaching out to you. I'm going to keep sharing. I'm going to keep giving you inspiration until you get to the point where you at least want to talk to me. And that's all because of the March Madness 3 days that I've been watching. I understand that I really do have something to offer people, and they need it. They need it. So that was my biggest frustration. How do I help people understand that you need this? You need this, and where you are, you're not okay. You think you are, or you know that you're not, but how do I get you to understand what I'm offering? And I realize it's not about me getting you to understand. It's just continuing to post, continuing to share, continuing to give that type of information, and then people will gradually, hopefully, get there. So that was my takeaway.
Awesome. And Sharon, if I can suggest you do something, that person that spoke to you, find out the name, reach out and give them a message and let them know how they impacted you. Because I'll be honest, when I've done a lot of these madnesses and I spoke on them and I've trained on them, and some of the most impactful things and some of the best relationships I've had is when something I shared spoke to someone and they reached back out to me and told me how much that impacted them. And it just bonded us, and it created a friendship that will last a lifetime. And it's really cool to have those type of relationships and people that have gone through the same experiences you've had. And it really means a lot to that person that you reach out to, because they were obviously being very vulnerable when they shared that part of their life, and it was probably hard for them. And to know that it's made a difference for someone is a huge deal. So find out who it is and reach out to them.
I will figure out who she is, and I will reach out to her and let her know that she just completely changed my life, my thinking, everything.
Just watch the video again.
Yes. Without
awesome.
crying.
And then tell us who it is. I'm curious.
I will, but I was trying to find her name. It's an inspirational video that Jamil posted in the March Madness group. She was like the second to the last person, and I'm trying to find. I think I'm sure she said her name, so I'll try to see if I can piece it together.
Yeah. I can't think of who it is. I'm trying to think of who might have lost their mother recently or in the last.
It wasn't recently, because this is an older video. Joy was in it, and it may have been 3 or 4 years ago. So it was an older video.
Yeah. All right, Debbie, you're up.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I reluctantly posted my, before but 20 pounds after picture today. And earlier today I had 89 views, which was a lot. I put it on stories. And I just looked, I have 153. And all day today, I've been messaging everyone on that. And I've been like, my daughter's home. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm messaging. What are you doing? I'm messaging. I mean, it's been nonstop all day. So I'm just going to say, frankly, as somebody who I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I feel fantastic after losing my 20 pounds, right? Posting that picture was really effing hard. It took me a long time to get the gall up to do it. I really did not want to do it. And obviously, it's been great. People are, rah, rah, you look great, et cetera, et cetera. And it really you know, it wasn't about that, right? It's about holding ourselves accountable. And I did do my InBody scan, and mine actually says that I need to lose 6 pounds and then gain 6 pounds lean muscle, which I knew. I've had a shoulder injury. I haven't been working out, etc. And it's definitely very empowering. But more importantly, I had one person who was like, sign me up. Like, just from that post, she's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm like, sweet, you know? So, and again, I have 153 people. I mean, frankly, a lot of you are on there too. You won't be getting messages from me. I'm just gonna say. I gotta maximize my time, people.
Absolutely. Not about us.
Exactly. Although, by the way, congrats to Jeanette. I'm so proud of you. I'm so sad that I'm not going to be there to watch you speak.
I'm very excited.
Anyway, so my takeaways, for sure, the baby steps, the posting, holding ourselves accountable. It apparently works. You know, they say it works. It does. I gave up my gluten-free bagels, which may or may not be where I gained my 6 pounds. Just gonna say. That might be why I need to lose 6 pounds. Love those gluten-free bagels. So I gave those up. And then I gave up watching TV. And I don't watch a ton, but I watch it at the end of the night. And I did this the last Madness as well. But I'm doing a nutrition certification that, quite frankly, is taking a lot longer than anticipated. So my goal is I'm not going to watch TV until I finish my certification. So I'm on chapter like 12, and there's like 26 chapters, and I only get through a chapter a week. It's a lot. So those are things I gave up. Action steps, I have been posting. My daughter and I were away for a couple days because she was home for spring break. So I was posting, but then I wasn't doing other things. I feel like I made up for it with all the messaging I did today. Like, I feel good. And I haven't done a live yet. I don't know why. Like, once I start doing them, they're fine, they're fun, I like them, but I haven't done it yet. I probably will tomorrow. Again, my daughter was here, and I was sort of just kind of focused on hanging out with her.
Should have done a live with her while you guys were having something, and just say,
I thought about it.
And you know, you can post video on your story too.
I do know that. She's just on it. It's, I wanted to not deal. She's not actually super supportive of my business, which is, so I just leave it alone. I did RSVP to the Health and Hope. I'm going to have to highlight. I don't know who that was that highlighted, but I'm like check marking, and I'm like, I can't see it. So,
that was Mary.
But yeah, highlighting is going to be good. I don't know. What else?
No, that's all awesome, Deb. You're getting action, and that's what's important. And you know, too, your stories only last for 24 hours, right? But you know you can go into your story archives and bring it back up and see who.
How do you do that?
Right on your profile, there's the 3 dots next to your message thing. You click on it, and it says archive, story archive. And you go into it, and it looks like this. It's got all your stories in there. And like this one, I did this one of Alyssa Harrison. You guys see it? 653 views on that story.
Wait, I don't see the 3 dots. What do you mean? I'm not seeing that.
Right.
On your profile?
Yeah. See next to, right?
Oh, I got it. 3
dots, click on it.
I had no idea. I thought the stories were gone. And I hate to say it, but that's sort of one of the reasons I put it on story. I was like, oh, it'll be gone. It won't be there for people to find.
No, but people can't see it, but you can go back and see who viewed your story.
Okay. All right. So I can go message everyone. I know, because I don't know if I can get through them all. It was ridiculous. I was going back and forth, and holy crap.
I know. Well, look at that. 653 views on that story. It's kind of crazy.
What?
Yeah, you can definitely create.
653?
Yes.
Wow. My
Yeah,
153.
so you can get a lot of activity generated from those things.
Okay.
All right, Julie, you're up.
Whoops. Thought I was going to bail on you, huh?
Yeah. Well, now you're not up. Now you move to the end. So.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So I am loving March Madness. I have that's not the right English. I have attended March Madness all 3 days, And I'm really finding it helpful. I think one of my biggest faults is the chatter and thinking that, oh, that person doesn't need to lose weight, or that person doesn't need to get healthy, or that person can't afford to do it. So I just keep reminding myself about that. And, you know, I am a conversation starter no matter where I go, so that's not an issue for me. I probably talk too much sometimes. My kids tell me I do. So starting conversations and having conversations and living out loud is just kind of how I've been all my life. In fact, my son came home from work today. He's almost 21, and he said, "Mom, somebody at the store told me that I'm loud." And I'm like, "Oh wow, flashbacks." You know, I understand, son, because I've always been kind of a loud, outgoing person too. So yesterday on March Madness, the whole baby steps really spoke to me, because I jumped into this with joy, and there were no baby steps to be had. The first week I had like 8 clients, and totally overwhelmed, cried every night. Told my husband when I got home from my day job I was going to quit. I'm not doing this anymore. I can't stand the stress. And then I would go in the bedroom and I would talk to clients, and I would talk to Joy, and I would come out and I'd have a big smile on my face, and my husband would say, "Did you quit?" And I said, "No, I love it. I love it. I love it. I stayed." So that went on for probably 7 or 8 days until I finally got it figured out. And but now that things have slowed down, I definitely see the baby steps, and I can enjoy the baby steps, and the reaching out to people. And Debbie, I think it was you that just said that you had reached out to all those people. I just like a little blurb of what you say. If you could just like inbox me a little blurb, because I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over. So
Put it in our Team Hope and like help everybody on that.
yeah,
I say I did copy and paste. When you're
That's fine.
messaging 100 people, you can't. I
Exactly.
can't take it.
Let everybody know.
I do copy and paste all the time, but I feel like I need different verbiage or something just to change it up a little bit, especially if I'm reaching out after 8 weeks. You know, somebody that maybe I did a health assessment with, and then they didn't sign up. We actually, Joy got a text today from a childhood friend of mine that we reached out to, or she reached out to us 9 weeks ago and said she was going to continue on Weight Watchers, and now we're going to do a health assessment with her tomorrow night. So that's kind of cool. But
and just so you know, Julie, Joy sent me a message in May, which I completely ignored, and she pretty much sent me the exact same message in August, which I responded to. So you didn't change it up.
I know. I just
a couple months later, and it wasn't anything about the message. It just, I was ready when she sent it the second time.
And that's what it boils down to, obviously. I mean, this gal has been watching, and I know she watches me because she comments on my things all the time. So, and then there's one more thing I just want to add. I had one negative comment made to my face. One of my husband's friends that said that he's sick of watching all my weight loss videos. Hi, Jeff.
I'm gonna unfriend you.
And,
Unfriend him.
well, that's what I told him. I said, Kevin, you don't have to watch me. You totally don't have to watch me. You're more than welcome. You can hide my post or whatever. But the funny thing is, like, he does business on Facebook, and you know, I just look at it like he's doing his thing. It is what it is. And but yeah, he was like really rude about it, and it kind of knocked me off my pedestal for a few minutes. And then I thought, you know what? People that behave like that are insecure within themselves, and maybe he needs to read the life book.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
it's like somebody that you go out with,
Yes.
talking about how much you love your wife, and your wife is amazing, and gosh, she's this and that, and somebody goes, dude, enough with your wife, man. The only reason they say that, the only reason they're annoyed is because they don't love them that way. And so maybe the only reason he's saying it is because he's not having the success that you are. You're
exactly
positive and he's not doing well. And it's like, so he's going to tell you, oh yeah, this and that.
Yeah, and I know that. I
himself.
tell my children, I preach that all the time to my children. If somebody's mean to you or somebody's irritated with you or whatever, because they both work in retail, and they come home with stories that just, I mean, ugh, it makes me sick. But and I tell them that all the time. When somebody behaves like that, it's because they're insecure within themselves. But it just, for a couple of minutes, because here I've had all this, oh my gosh, you're doing so great, and it's so great that you can help people, and thank you for helping me, and blah, blah, blah. And then one person will just knock the wind out from underneath you.
And
So,
it's crazy. It's just human nature. Hundreds of people are so positive and loving everything we're doing, impacting his life, and then this one person
one.
that's
Yeah.
that's all
Well,
we focus on is the
for-
one negative person.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Julie, I told Joy used to, we have these newsletters weekly or every other week that we don't really do a lot here in this group, but Joy would send me the newsletter email. Then I saw Journey to Health and I'm like, stop sending me those emails. I told her this. This is before I started.
Really?
Oh yeah. I go, I'm about to get
Thank
out
you.
of Journey to Health. I'm sick of seeing all these before afters. I don't care what I look like right now. I just didn't care, and I didn't want it in my face. He's
Mhm.
probably thinking about it and is just not ready. He will probably be one of your clients. So
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah,
Joy's
we've got
my friend.
five
I
minutes left, and I definitely want to get to Sharonda, Monique, and Ree's brand new. So I want to hear from her for sure. So let's go to you next, Ree, and then let's finish it. We'll stay on. I want you guys to have the time, and I want to hear what your thoughts are. So, Ree, why don't you hop on next?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Ree. Full name is Rita. And I have been thoroughly enjoying the March Madness Facebook page, morning posts. They're awesome. I just start my day with them because I'm on the West Coast in California. And it's just been so enlightening and encouraging. So I am brand new. So I shared my list of names, and I think that's probably the biggest thing I've done so far. I'm going to get my body scan as soon as we get off this call. I'm going to go. I was searching for NutraSwaps and found one kind of close to my home. So
Where are you at, Ree?
I am in North Hollywood, California.
Okay. There's Southern Cal. I'm in Southern Cal. Julie.
she's near Joy.
Joy.
Where?
You're near Joy. Yeah, you're not too far from Joy. She's in Studio City.
Oh, awesome.
And she does a breakfast every Friday right there in right by Studio City. I forget what city it is, but it's right there.
Hmm.
That'd be
Yeah, I
great.
have a full-time job now. Not sure if what time she does the breakfast, but
I think it's
um,
Friday at 9.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, Fridays.
I have to be at work by 9, and I work in Woodland Hills.
Not happy.
All good.
Yeah. So I'm excited, just taking it all in, and just getting inspired and how I want to just create, the business that I want. So, my desire is just to help people, and that's all I got right now. But that's I think my why. That's my why. But I think it's gonna evolve. I can feel it. This is gonna turn into something bigger than myself.
You most definitely will. Awesome. Well, welcome to the group.
Thank you.
Sharonda?
Hi, everybody. I'll try to be quick because it's kind of late. I'm in Maryland, East Coast, but I thought I see it like really just overall, it's just like pushing you out of your comfort zone, like big time, like in all kind of ways, and all the things that they're kind of asking you to do is kind of something I wouldn't normally have done. So that's been great, actually. Need to get out of my comfort zone, so I've been trying to do as much as I can. I plan to do everything. I just may not be on the same schedule that everybody else is on, because I work a full-time job, I have 2 children, and I care for my mother-in-law. So I can do what I can do, and but I plan to do all of the things eventually. So like the InBody scan, I'll do that on Friday. And working on my story, I think all the exercises are great. And then I think about the outcomes that I even kind of experienced already just from the start of Friday. So even before Friday, because it kind of started before Friday. Like people started talking about it and there were videos and things like that. But I've been having more health assessments, and I've been having more conversations, and I have just been like, if the conversation doesn't go well and we don't move to the health assessment or whatever, I'm not worried about it. I just move on to the next one. So I think that's all like the little chatter and stuff that, and just been like kind of doing posts that I just like, I don't know, pushing it a little bit, exposing myself, being vulnerable in a way in public that I haven't ever been. So that's pretty much what my take on it is.
That's awesome. I love it. And that's what this thing's all about. That's exactly what it's about. Pushing us out of our comfort zones, helping us to grow and develop into a person that can achieve the goals we want to achieve for ourselves. So awesome. All right, let's wrap it up with our superstar, Monique.
Yeah, so I actually have been really behind on the March Madness. I also work full-time. I have 2 kids, so it's kind of a busy time at my other job, but I've been getting on the calls, and I love March Madness. I did it last year right after I started to coach or decided to start coaching, and I swear just doing like even half of those exercises that they tell you to do are what is going to grow your business. I'm finding that some things that I did last year are starting to pay off now. A couple of people have just reached out to me out of the blue, and they just said, I've been watching you, or, you know, they reached out to me last year right around this time, and they've just decided to do the program. So I think what Joy and what you say, Donald and Jeanette, people are watching, and people will decide to do the program when they're ready, but they really are watching. So as long as you can, you know, share your story in an authentic way and just, you know, just continue to project positivity and living that healthy lifestyle, people will follow and people will decide when they're ready. But people are really watching what we're all doing. And I think that March Madness does make you step outside of your comfort zone. And if you can do even like a third of the things that they ask you to do, your business is going to continue to grow. Because I saw mine grow like tenfold just by doing some of those things. So I'm a little bit behind, but I plan on catching up with some of the exercises. And what I plan to give up this month, or not give up, is do more of, is just be more present and provide, I guess, give more attention to my kids, because I feel like a lot of times I'm pulled in a lot of different directions. And I read something that said attention is the most genuine form of generosity that you can give. And I realized that I haven't been doing that for my kids. So today I actually took my son, he didn't go to school, and I spent the day with him. And tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing with my other son. He's not going to go to school. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on this month. Is I'm not going to give up something, but I'm going to give something to my family. So those are my goals.
Yeah, and it's not always about giving up something. It's just about things that aren't serving you, and it's not serving your relationship with your children to not pay attention to them. So you're giving up something that you're not doing in order to create something that you want, and that's what it's all about. So
You're giving up
something.
time. You're giving up time for something else. So you are giving something, and but you're directing it towards your children, which is beautiful and very important.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, that's probably one of the best things I do is my daddy-daughter dates. Whether it be going to the movies or going to plays or whatever we do together, just the 2 of us, is really awesome. That's so important, because at the end of the day, we got to remember, why are we doing what we're doing? For our families.
Yeah.
If our families getting
exactly.
In the process, we've defeated the purpose. And that's been a challenge for me over the last few months, is family had to become a priority for a while.
And I think when you're managing your time, like when I work full time, and I have a lot of clients now, and I also have new coaches, which I love, but I just have to figure out, you know, how I can manage all of that and still like be really present for my kids. So that's what I'm working on.
Awesome. Well, great job, everyone. Thanks so much for sharing. Stay plugged in on March Madness. Don't get overwhelmed. Just don't stop. Just keep going. It's not a race. You don't have to complete everything in the day it's on there. But if you just keep going and do it when you can, like Monique said, your business will explode. And it might not explode next week. It might not even explode next month. But man, come May, June, July, watch what starts to happen. All these seeds that you planted. It's like if you went out to the field and you planted a bunch of seeds today, and you walked out there tomorrow and said, hey, there's nothing growing. What's up? Because you just planted the seeds. The harvest will come if you're patient and you just stay consistent. So,
and you will want summer. Summer can be slow unless you do this now.
Yes.
Right, Dad? Where's
That's
Dad?
right.
Yeah. We had a slow summer because we didn't do this. Or maybe
awesome job, everyone. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for hopping on. Love hearing everybody's takeaways and what everybody's got going on. So we'll see you all on